Gotta add myself here. Hope you're all doing good. Missed you guys. I've been needing to update y'all with a lot of information, and I appreciate you being flexible with time. A lot of things have been popping up at the office that we need to take care of for our clients, but at the same time, I've been always wanting to share more information with y'all. So you might know that by now, there is a new rule, the entrepreneur parole program that President Biden revived, brought back to life. Fortunately, this is something that was created originally under President Obama, but President Trump attempted his efforts to take it away, to revoke it. But now it's back, my friends. By the way, if you have any questions in the meantime, you're welcome to drop it in the comments and I'll try my best to answer it. But in the meantime, if you need more time, of course, we do offer free 15 minutes as long as you provide this not so secret code right here, Green Card Guys, and you can text it. If you're busy at work, you can text it and our team will call you when you're available. So you have to tell us when you have more time. Otherwise, you can, if you have more time, you're at a computer, you can fill out the intake form down below. But this video right now is about the entrepreneur rule and who could qualify for it, okay? So number one, this is not for everyone, okay? I know a lot of y'all are gonna probably be excited to learn about it, but this is not for everyone. In fact, this is for people who, preferably someone who has status right now, like a non-immigrant status currently, and or someone who is abroad outside America right now. And the reason that is because to get the parole, it is you have to do that abroad, outside America, okay? You can't get that in the United States. So here's a couple things you need to know, and let me move some things around here. Okay, and we have a lot of people that have questions that call in and ask questions about whether they can apply through their business. So this is the situation just for you, okay? For people that you don't have to have started the business yet. You can have plans to start it, but before you apply, you need to have more than just a plan. So we want to share more information about that. Now, this is the full name of the program is International Entrepreneur Parole Program. Okay. And essentially, yeah, this was started several years ago. It didn't officially kick off under President Obama. I know he wanted to, but there's a lot of information, and I'm pulling it up for you. This is, yeah, there was a proposed rule. There's a lot of proposals, and the President Biden administration withdrew the rule that Trump was trying to have that rule to remove it. So now that's back. Let's see here. So there is a fee involved. I know a lot of people ask me if there's a certain fee. All fees are different for any type of application. So, and this is not a permanent situation. There's not permanent status. This is also not even for a visa. So, because parole is different than a visa. In my opinion, I would consider it very temporary, because you never know what administration, if there's a new president, they can easily try to remove it, just like President Trump did. Okay. But some information for you about this is that it is temporary situation. You need to show that you do have some kind of significant background, or not background, but the investment into the business. Hi, Joel. Nice to see you. Y'all, if you have any questions or you're able to join us live, share with where y'all watching from. Joel, I remember you are watching from Jamaica, and hope you're doing well over there. Okay, so uh, if you want to renew this, this is only for a temporary period. So you do have to renew this application. All right. I'm going to go through the forum and the checklist a little bit with y'all so I have a better idea what to expect. Okay. Now, this video is specific to this rule. However, of course, if you have any questions about Department of State, things like that, please drop in the comment section. We'll try to address it after the end of this portion. Okay. But you have to have this business where it's established a U.S. startup business within 5 years. Doesn't within 5 years before you apply for this parole program. It doesn't mean that you have to have been operating for 5 years. Okay, so that's a different situation. You have to own the company. You don't have to own 100% of the company, but it has to be at least 10%, which is much better than an e-visa in that sense, because e-visa you have to own majority, at least 51%. Okay, so that kind of give you an idea. For you as an applicant, you have to play an active role, in a central role in the company, in the operations of the company, of the business, and not just be an investor. Because an investor, we consider that as a passive, passive person, not active in the company. Okay, so you need to have a specific role. So this is where the business plan comes in. What we provided, what we put together for our clients is a hierarchy chart, organizational chart, like who does what in the company, who's responsible for what. For example, who is a CEO, who is a CFO, who's in charge of what responsibility in the company. Okay, and it could be another department for human resources. It's not saying that you need any specific number of people in your company, but the whole main purpose of this for the government is that they want you to create jobs. Okay, so if you're thinking that this is, if you can apply just based on yourself, I mean, you're the only employee, then I wouldn't apply. You need to have a plan to be hiring people for this program. Okay, um, so people ask, how long is this program good for? All right, and this is initial period of 30 months. So that's 2.5 years. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then you can renew it for another 30 months. There's at this moment no limit to the number of times that you can apply for it. And let's see here. But it does say that for you to renew it, you do have to show that you created, past tense, so you have created and you're sustaining 5 full-time jobs. Okay, so that's good. And it says qualifying jobs, so it doesn't mean every single type of position it qualifies for that. So we'll take more into look at that when you give us a call. And let's see. It also says that you have to receive at least 500,000 in qualifying investments, government grants, awards, or any kind of combination of within those, as long as it adds up to at least 500,000. So 500,000. So I believe the reason they put this requirement is because they want to know that you're just not making up a business without some substantial thought into what kind of how this business is going to operate. Okay, so if that makes sense, because this in a way this is similar to something called EB-5, except EB-5 you're going to get a green card. Okay, but EB-5 investment visa, it's a lot of money. It's minimum 900,000. And it has to be your own money. So that is a difference there, not just in the amount, but that 900,000 has to be your own money. Whereas this 500,000 minimum investment or grants, awards, does not have to be from your pocket. So that is a wonderful thing, my friends. Imagine that you can get money from other people, show that to the government, and that you can get a parole. Again, this is not a visa. This is not a green card. And you might wonder, I know 11 minutes in now, you might wonder, why is the President Biden doing this? Part of it it could be because there is no movement with Congress on immigration reform. Yes, they're talking back and forth, but actual movement. Has anything happened in the Senate? Anything passed? No. So That's why President Biden has at least brought this back to life. So in the meantime, maybe people that could qualify or are qualified for this can move forward and have some legals, um, some kind of status in America. Okay, and the reason why President Biden can do this, and he's doing it through parole, is because the executive gives you some American history here. Is that for a person to get a visa or green card process, it has to go through Congress, okay, in Washington, D.C. It cannot be. So that's why, President Biden is offering extending parole option, okay? So there's a big difference. Faraz, can a cell phone technician qualify for Essential Workers Act? There has been no specific definition of what type of job qualifies as essential workers. Um, but I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know if a cell phone technician could inherently the position. I don't know if that would qualify for as an essential worker. For example, was your type of you have to consider like it was your type of occupation one that was required to be open, or you had to be open during the pandemic. So as opposed to like transportation drivers or medical workers, not to like put anything down about your position or occupation, but obviously it's different if you have a boss. It's different because you have to go to work in that sense. But so essential in terms of, I think of essential in terms of like pandemic reasons, right? And so that's why Congress, some people, Democrats have been talking about essential workers this past year. But before that, I don't recall Congress talking about essential workers before the pandemic. Okay, so that's why I think of the pandemic reason um, in terms of essential workers. Okay, but thank you for the question. I appreciate it. But as soon as we get anything about that essential workers, the actual definition, we'll definitely share it. I know there's been some information about that with Congress, so we'll take a look and share that in our live show on Friday. Okay, and anyways, friends, well, that's really. Let's see here. Anything else I can share with you? So yeah, important thing for you to know here is that this program is not a direct path to permanent status. Okay, it's not a visa, it's not a green card. So again, you might wonder, well, why would I even apply for this? Well, if you're not eligible for anything, some people just want to stay in America for some time, but not a long time. Maybe some people just want to start a business in America, but then eventually become a more passive owner. Okay, a lot of people in America in general, right, do that. They build up the company and then sell majority interest of the company, and they can retire. So that kind of give you an idea. All right, friends. So that is, let's see. Okay, Faraz, I see what you're saying. So initially, no, but they had to open up along with stores like Best Buy. Exactly. I completely get it. But, that, again, off the top of my head, that doesn't seem like it'd be an essential worker in terms of what Congress is thinking about, okay, in terms of the pandemic. All right. So, sometimes, again, there is no definition yet, but maybe your position could qualify. But if you had to ask me, I don't think all politicians would agree on that. Okay. I don't see how they can expand the definition to include your type of occupation. Hopefully, that would be great, but don't want to mislead anyone. Okay, friends. Well, we just hit 16 minutes. So I just want to share quickly about that. I don't see any other questions right now, but as always, if you haven't taken advantage of the free 15 minutes consultation, this is the code right here to get that. Okay, you have to share this Green Card Guys code, our secret code, and our cares team will get in touch with you within 24 hours of the business day. So, friends, thank you so much for your time, and we'll have more information to share with you as soon as we receive it. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.